stop pressuring your baby, but your baby is still the same? It didn't work? If yes, keep watching. In this video, I will share the 7 ways you may be pressuring your baby that, in my experience working with over 1,000 babies consider pressuring, and we may not consider it pressuring. And I will also share the most common block that stops babies from recovering from bottle aversion, so make sure you watch till the end. But before I get into what babies consider pressuring, I want to remind you that I have an ebook with my step-by-step process called Gentle Bottle Aversion Solution. You can find the link in the description and on the screen. If you follow my steps, your baby will recover from bottle aversion within a week. What are the 7 things babies experience as pressure? The first, the most common one is forcing. So your baby doesn't open their mouth, or there's a slight opening, and you use your strength, your force to just push through, you shove the nipple in your baby's mouth. That's what I call forcing. Second, trying to feed your baby always when crying. So your baby's crying and your baby may be hungry. I'm not saying your baby can't cry from hunger. If your first remedy is to give your baby the bottle, it may backfire. Why? Because your baby's crying, and your baby may be crying out of hunger, but babies with bottle aversion don't always link hunger and bottle together. They may be hungry, but still they don't want the bottle. That's why we call this aversion. They have this irrational fear towards the bottle, so they are crying out of hunger, but they still don't want the bottle. Now your baby's crying, you try to feed, try to put the nipple in your baby's mouth, and your baby's fighting. And in the beginning, your baby may not see that the bottle is there. But let's say you touch your baby's nipple or you touch your baby's mouth with the nipple, and your baby realizes it's there. Even if it doesn't stop crying, your baby knows. And they don't stop crying because they don't want the bottle. If you touch your baby's lip and your baby calms down and goes for the bottle, then yes, your baby wanted the bottle and that calmed them down. But I'm sure you have both experiences, that sometimes your baby calms down when you give the bottle and sometimes your baby doesn't. And this confusion that sometimes she does or he does and other times not, it keeps you in this loop trying to get your baby to take the bottle when crying. Your baby's being more and more upset, and what it does is linking more and more negative feelings to the bottle by trying to get it in your baby's mouth while they don't want it. Third form of pressure is distracting your baby to feed. So you put your baby in front of the TV, or you have a tablet or phone with cartoons, or you're using a toy or somebody else. I've seen families with mom is trying to feed, dad is trying to entertain the baby by dancing, singing, moving funny, making funny faces, just to remove the baby's attention from feeds to get the baby to eat or eat more. This is removing your baby's choice to say no. And it helps in the moment to get your baby to drink or drink more, so it helps with the volume, but it keeps your baby stuck in this bottle aversion state, in this irrational fear, so it won't help you, it won't help your baby to recover from bottle aversion. 4, not stopping when your baby's done. So let's say your baby took the bottle, took a few sucks or an ounce or so, and your baby wants to stop moving their head from side to side or trying to push the bottle away, and then you keep following with the bottle or removing their hand from the bottle because you're stronger, so you don't stop when your baby wants to stop, or the baby starts chewing on the nipple and you keep it in your baby's mouth. I've seen families doing this for hours, especially at night, just in case the baby wants to drink a few more sucks. It's a form of pressure. It gets annoying after a while. Even if your baby doesn't show distress in the moment, there is no clear sign that, okay, I'm done eating, the bottle is going away, or I refuse, the bottle is going away. The bottle is always there, so it's just confusing. 5, over offering. Offering too often. So let's say you tried and your baby didn't open their mouth, and then you keep trying several times in a row. It just gets annoying. Just imagine yourself if you go to let's say a grandma's house, and your grandma asks you if you want to eat, and you say, no thank you, I'm not hungry, but your grandma keeps asking you, and even though you love her, but after the 6th or 7th times you may lose your patience and then raise your voice that I said I don't want any food. Babies do the same. So first they refuse, there is just a subtle refuse like not opening mouth, but if you keep going, they get more and more intense with their refusal until you finally stop offering. Over offering also, when you try 6-7 times in a row, then you give your baby 10 minutes or 15 minutes and then you do the same. It's not enough time between attempts, and it's again just annoying for babies. 6 is restricting movement. So if your baby is still small enough, then swaddle your baby to feed, so they can't move their arms, they are just stuck there, and then you feed. Or if your baby is older or you don't swaddle, then hold your baby in your arms and hold one of their arms under your armpit so they can't move their arm. Or your baby is in a position when their head is in a tight place, they can't really move, especially if the bottle is in the mouth, so their head is kind of stuck in that same place, and they try to move their heads because of the bottle in their mouth. You hold it firm, they can't move their heads away. So that's removing your baby's choice, removing that part of your baby's body language that they would communicate that they are done. So restricting movement is a form of pressure. And the last one is 7, is dream feeding or feeding only when drowsy. At night, once or twice, it's okay, it's natural, it's normal. But if every feed during the day especially is drowsy or dream feed, that's a form of pressure, because you are removing your baby's choice. You're removing your baby's chance to say no. So these are what I consider pressuring, and in my experience, babies consider pressuring. So to solve bottle aversion, you need to stop all of these. You may have stopped 1 or 2 or some of them, but not all of them. Even if one remains, your baby can't recover from bottle aversion. And let's talk about the bonus. This is the #1 block that stops babies from recovering from aversion. And this is not a form of pressure, but this is something that babies feel out of control, and it is too fast of a flow. So you have your bottle and you look at your nipple size chart, and it says babies 3 months and older, use size 2 or medium, and then you size up because your baby turned 3 months old. And then your baby starts refusing the bottle more and more, and you have no idea because you don't link the two, that you sized up and the baby is drinking less. So even though a size chart says baby's 3 months old, use this flow, it doesn't mean your baby can use that flow or needs to use that flow. So go by your baby's behavior. And if your baby is struggling right now and you are not pressuring, 100% no pressure, and your baby still can't recover, and your baby is breathing fast while drinking, getting milk dripping on the side of the mouth, or popping off often, that's a sign for fast flow. Then size down, go down 1 or sometimes even 2 size down. It depends how much you sized up. Or maybe you sized up because your baby had very little milk and you thought the flow was too slow. It's a common thinking, and you sized up and then you noticed, oh yes, my baby's drinking more, but your baby is drinking more because the flow is too fast and can't control, so just gulps down more than with a slower flow, but it doesn't help recovering. It doesn't help recovering from bottle aversion. It actually blocks your baby from recovering. So fast flow is a huge culprit. So change that if you suspect your baby has too fast of a flow. I hope this helps pinpointing where you may be still pressuring your baby, or it will help you to change the flow and get closer to recover from bottle aversion. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I share a video every Wednesday.